What's going on, everybody? It's your guy Rad.
This is the Exec JB, and you're tuned into
The PrezEx podcast at ThePrezEx TV. Tune in.
Salute.
Welcome y'all to the rundown. What's going on? This your boy JB.
Yep.
This is my homie and brother over here, El Presidente Rag. What's going on, my boy?
Man, what's it do? What's the word? I know you had a lot of good practices and different things. Birthday just happened.
Birthday.
You know
Oldest
what I'm
son just
saying?
turned
Yeah,
8.
Just turned 8.
He made the 8U baseball all-star team.
Salute.
So he's been practicing that the last week or so. So I thought he was done with baseball. I'm not
But
coaching
not so.
though. I'm not coaching.
Okay.
Not
Man,
coaching.
Congratulations.
But
Good job.
but he's on the team, and I thought it'd be a good experience for him to kind of,
You can't stretch yourself out too thin, man.
yeah. That's what they say.
No, because you got 3 more, but then it's like what we was talking about the other one. Like when you know what your purpose is, like you got to do that too, though.
Message.
That is
And
true.
you can't push your kids into their purpose and then you not do yours, and then because at some point
It's a balance.
they gonna call you on it and be like, "How you gonna tell me
Why
and you
didn't
got
you?"
this whole thing that God
Right.
had for you?" So
Yeah.
it's good
That's
that
real.
You taking baby steps. I'm proud of you.
Taking baby steps, bro. Taking
Man,
baby
that's what
steps.
it is.
And before that, y'all go ahead and like this video right
Man, y'all know
now.
what to do, man.
We're on all podcast platforms, y'all.
Information on the good screen.
yes.
Where we at, man? Where can they find us at?
We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Stitcher.
Yes, sir. You see, I'm with you.
You with me? You
Hey,
with me?
I'm with you.
And we got our good brother here today, man.
Friend of the show, man. Friend of the pod. This is what, the 3rd or 4th time you've been on now?
So I'm losing count.
Okay.
I'm losing
okay.
count. At least 3 though.
Yeah, so yeah, this,
At least
this is at least the 3rd time he's
At least
been on.
3. At least
I'm the
3.
other co-host.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Man.
He right there, dog.
So that's what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
get some more cameras. We're going to have him and Todd come in. Because they the only ones. The rest of y'all got to catch up.
Yeah, y'all gotta
Because they the
catch up.
only ones that, man, they be ready to come back.
Yeah. So we got our good brother Veli with us, and we gonna chop it up, man. We got a few things to talk about. Specifically, I don't know kind of how we want to start here, but the thing going around the city of Memphis here has been the whole Ja story. You know what I'm saying? It's different levels to it. I think, including, Veli, I know we've talked extensively on social media about how dumb of a move it was for him to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Woo. We know that. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody knows that. But at this point, it's more of like, where do you go from at this point? Or as far as like the NBA. Like, it's like a bet going on of how many games he's going to get over or under this or that. My thing has always been with him, I'm like, he didn't break the law. You know what I'm saying? He didn't break the law. It was dumb. He broke, brand protocols, as they say, like in the NFL. Like, you're disrespecting the shield. It's about the shield. With the NBA, I guess you can say it's about the face of the brand or whatever like that. But for me, if he get anything over 25 games, I think he need to sue.
Yeah.
Personally, this is the way I feel, because what's the dude named Miles Bridges for the Hornets? He beat down his girlfriend or something, had a domestic felony charge. He got 30 games for that. So, I'm thinking somewhere between 15 to 20, probably 25 max, that I think he should be able to get, and so he should be able to play by the end of this year, 2023. You know what I mean? And so, Anthony Sane, I think y'all know him. I know you know Sane.
Right.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sane. Sane is he's a broadcaster. He's a media person. He actually has his own show on Bluff City Media, and he put out something out there that was like, if they did something, suspend him, but also give him some type of therapy or try to better his situation, like pay for him to go to these classes or check up on him to make sure he's just not, you're just slapping him on the hand for a suspension. You're doing some, beneficial for him to, help his mental health or his well-being out. You know what I mean? Which I thought was cool, but then I'm like, that sounds too much like right, so I don't even think that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because the NBA is not, they don't necessarily have to do that. They don't have to spend the resources or the money for you to get better as a human being. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Tell me what y'all think, man. Veli, holla at me.
Well, first of all, you brought up Miles Bridges. And
Is that his name? Did I get it right?
I think
Okay.
that's his name. But my thing with that is, it's just like, outside of that, what has Miles Bridges gotten into outside of that? So it's like getting caught with a gun for the first time. You go to court, you might get probation, diversion, get it expunged. You know what I'm saying? And then you do it again, you might get your penalty gonna be a little bit harsher, and then you a third time. So like, this is the second incident with him, going live with a gun, but there are multiple incidents with him doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You don't think that's kind of like, but he had a felony charge, like he hit a woman.
Yeah, what
I
I'm
got
saying is, you saying they gave him 30 games for that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, okay, Ja, we had all these other incidents before you even got flagged about the gun the first time.
Okay.
You were in the news for something that your partners were supposedly done with a gun, pointing a beam at somebody.
Right, the Pacers game.
One of your other partners, y'all supposedly beat somebody up in a club here in Memphis, knocked some dude out. You went somewhere to fight somebody for your sister. The fight happened. That was way before the gun stuff. A lot of people didn't know about it, but I knew about it with the young boy
Holloway
in the backyard.
That's the real cousin.
So all these incidents before the first gun incident already. So then you get the first gun incident, you basically get a slap on the wrist. You get 8 games.
Right. Now, would you say that all that you said was in those kind of 8 games? Because all what you said happened.
Nah, this
before
stuff
the
happened
incident.
before then.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But then he did the gun thing in the club, right?
Right. So what I'm saying is, now the NBA gonna probably feel like, now we gotta really send a message.
For sure.
Like, you tripping, bro.
Right.
And people gotta understand, like, people keep saying he didn't break the law. We know that.
Right.
Duh. We know he didn't break the law. But I can't go on a job and stand in front of, let's just say, we'll say catalogs with AR-15 rapping gangster kill lyrics, and then expect them folks not to do nothing and say, well, I ain't break the law. It's an open carry. I can do that. But I'm representing that brand while I'm doing this and while I'm talking about this. That's what people have to understand. It's about, like, you can't do that.
But also, what y'all think about this? Is also, let's say if you're one of the better employees of that company too. Like if you're one of, like, everybody don't get treated the same. You know what I mean? Like that's just kind of what it is. So Ja is one of the faces in the league that they're trying. Like once LeBron leaves,
that's why he only got 8 games the first time.
Correct. My point. So now, to me, it's a slap on the hand. You got 8 games. So now you double it, then put a little sauce on it. So doubling it would be 16 games. That's why I was like 25, probably max.
He might miss half the season. That's 40 games.
Yeah, I think
41. Yeah,
41,
out
yeah.
of 82 games.
He might miss half the season.
And my thing, I think he could sue if they say half the season, just because they don't have any other than you and your feelings. You got your feelings hurt. He didn't do anything that, you know what I mean, like broke the law or.
I'm sure if they suspended him, it's something in his contract.
Yeah,
it's got it, because like you wouldn't suspend him.
I mean,
That's just me thinking. Like, if it's nothing in the contract that he signed that's against what he did, like you wouldn't even have no grounds to suspend him the first time, even just for 8 games. Because by law, what did I do? Like, if that's the case, I ain't, because you should have sued then. Y'all gonna suspend me for 8 games? Ain't nothing in my contract saying that I can't brandish my gun and rap my song with my gun in my hand or whatever I did, if that's the case. So I'm thinking that, and it probably got put in there after Gilbert Arenas came to the arena them years ago with them guns. So it's probably something in there.
I mean, in that situation, like, two completely different situations. Because, like, if you hear him talk about it, he was like, back then, he said back then, like, all the NBA players had guns. And he was like, sometimes we come from out of town. It's like it was easier for us to leave our stuff in our lockers or whatever, as opposed to trying to drive past downtown to get home and then come back. He said, so, man, we would just leave our stuff. That was a different era, a different time. And theirs was a bad joke amongst, because he actually, Javaris Crittenton was actually, I think he's out now. But they were doing a FaceTime, him and Gilbert. Yeah. And they were talking about, like, they still, the whole time he was in jail, like, they kept in touch. Like, they did not have no beef. Like,
they were cool.
Right. That was a media situation. But again, in hindsight, they both say, we let that get out of hand. We should have never allowed that to happen. Hindsight being 2020. I don't think, to your point, he would have sued last time. I don't think that'll be wise this time, because the amount of money he gonna lose in getting the lawyers to possibly, because 9 times out of 10 the jury is probably gonna be on the side of, this is some bullshit, this is some dumb shit you're doing. Yeah. So you gonna spend all that money on a lawyer just to lose, and you're still gonna have to serve out that time. Yeah. The only thing he possibly could get back is maybe the lost wages of him not playing, but you gonna pay that to your lawyers anyway. So if I was him, I would just wait, because it's an old saying that goes, when you open up a can of worms, be prepared for the dirt that come with it. So, like, you opened up that can of worms the first time. To Veli's point, you had like 8 other issues that you did. That stuff didn't come out till after they hit him with the 8 games. And it's
really like they was sweeping that stuff.
Right. So he really didn't even pay for those.
Right.
The situation at the mall where his mom called him and his homeboy showed up at the mall.
Then why your mama calling you?
She ain't calling your hood rat friend. She calling you.
Like, why she calling the breadwinner? Like, this crazy. My thing is this, bro. Like, and I know that a lot of people, I've noticed recently too, like, a lot of people stop interacting with me. A lot of people really just don't like what a nigga stand for, just to be honest. And,
you talking about Ja?
No, just period. Like, when it just come to standing up against the stupidity of what we doing in the black culture. And, like, that's really where it need to stop at, because that shit is idolized. That's why Ja and them doing this shit, because this shit is glamorized in the black community, and it ain't cool. Like, me and him was just talking about how every time a young black man is killed, I go to these folks' page, and when I go to these folks' page, it's almost a mirror of the last person that got killed and the last person that got killed. Every single one of them on there doing the same thing. It's almost like I don't even know what do they call it? Like a. No, I'm saying it's like like a death. It's almost like a death seance or something type of shit. Because when you go to these kids' page, every single one of them doing the same thing. They throwing up gang signs. They spread money all around, money all in their hand, money down their arms. They flashing their guns. They on their lives rapping about killing and gangster and this and all that. Every single one of them. So it's, to me, I'm saying, how is the black community saying that they tired of this, but nobody's fighting against what the culture is accepting? But we keep saying we sick of this. This shit is there's something wrong mentally, bro. Like, and it makes me upset because I see so many people when these kids die, man. It's sad. The city need to change. God help us. Violence. But then soon as it go off, your child, your cousin, your nephew, this my little shooter. Gang, doing the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
I keep my shoot. And I saw a mama post this. And it was a picture of her and her sons, and she was like, I got my shooters with me.
My little hill.
And I'm like, 2 of these niggas can't even drive.
Yeah.
And I'm like
Why?
But now,
Answer
but when
this
you
for me, y'all.
lose them, you're gonna be crying. You're gonna be sad.
Answer this for me, Ray. I don't mean to cut you out, but I want to hear, like, why do we as black people glorify this lifestyle when we see that it's done nothing but destroy our kids?
Well, for one thing, like honestly, I don't get it. I have, little Tommy, my nephew. He was over my mom's house last week and stuff because he's around the same age as John now. He a little bit older. Tommy probably about 20, 23, 24. So, I was asking because I'm like, I don't get, the culture as far as, the guns and the shot and the videos and stuff of that nature. And, what he said, he was just basically just like, it's just kind of touring around. It's like fun. You know what I mean? It's not any harm intended or something. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, he don't do it himself, but I know he hang around cats that do it. Because he done made a couple viral YouTube videos with them, them cats was, putting their guns and stuff in the air. So, I don't know, man. I don't know, and I don't think all the black community is really fed up with it, honestly. I think a segment of it, but that segment are like you, me, Rag,
And most of the people who got AARP cards.
Yeah, exactly.
But see, what I'm saying is I agree with you, but I'm saying they singing a different tune when somebody died.
When it actually happened.
Yeah, because you can just go on social media and you just see up and down your timeline. It's the man, pray for the city, God help us, Lord, we got to do better and all that. And we having the same conversation we probably had maybe a year ago or so. The same conversation we had then when the interview that we did that went viral on my page when I was saying the same shit. Like, what is you expecting God to do? What is you expecting prayer to do? It's retarded, bro. It's remedial. It's crazy. Like you asking God to do something, but you keep doing the same thing though, and you asking for a change, but you ain't willing to change. Yeah. So what is you expecting to happen?
This is what I think it is. Me and Ragdis had an episode that came out. We're talking about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? As far as because the people, they lack knowledge. They don't see the connection. They don't see, all they think it is, I like this beat. This is a song. You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. I ain't really about that life. But they don't really know they speaking death, you know what I'm saying, upon them themselves, and just they don't. To me, this is the only answer to me. They don't see the connection of what they portray and what they listen to what actually comes out in real life. That's the only logical answer for me.
So I'm gonna
go ahead.
One of your top 5 rappers of all time.
Who that?
So. This is one of my favorite songs that they had, by the way. It's called In Due Time, but he said, who said good folks is not supposed to die? The same nigga that said niggas is not supposed to cry. United States giving out milk and cheese to pacify. I'm sure they got a cure for AIDS and yet it's classified. You wonder why I spit the truth and not to make no dough, to make a difference for this motherfucker up and blow. In pieces, I could think of many reasons. Only when shit is going bad, you want to holler Jesus. To your point, like, we want to pray when it's going bad. Yep. And like you said, it's only when it's going bad that's what we want to do. When it's good, when I'm winning, when I'm shining, I'm not thinking about no righteousness. I'm not thinking about taking care of my family. I'm not thinking about showing love and bigging up my fellow man. But once stuff starts to crumble, now I want to know where God is at. How come you abandoned me? And he giving us the same energy that we give him.
Yeah.
To even go further into that point, in Romans it tells us not to be conformed to this world, and conform means to fit in, to be accepted, to flow with the pattern. Yeah. But we're supposed to be transformed, changed, made new by the renewing. Renew means that you got to keep doing it. You got to renew your mind. And bro, I remember hold on real quick. I was having a conversation with when I was going to church in Orange Mound, and we were having a conversation like, what's more important, your mind or your heart? And I was like, well, if you look in the New Testament, like it's constantly every scripture's talking about renew. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. Be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Like everything is talking about the mind, because if my mind is not changed, because what everybody say, God know my heart. But the problem ain't your heart. The problem is your mind ain't changed.
Right.
We all love our parents, but how many of us, we all disobeyed our parents at some point? It wasn't because we didn't love mom and dad. It's because my mind was made up that I wanted to do what I wanted to do. So it's like, I love you, mom and dad, but I'm finna skip school. I love you, and I know you told me to wait till I get married, but I went to the store to get some condoms, so I'm finna smash something. I know you said don't drink and do this, but we finna party and turn up. Our mind wasn't renewed. And so to what you were saying earlier, like the black community, the problem is that we don't have a renewed mindset. And so we still think that it's certain stuff that's acceptable within our culture. Like we supposed to be a bunch of killers and gangsters. Like we wear that proudly. Like we talk about this. You go out of town, man, as soon as you say I know you've seen it. As soon as you say you from Memphis, people move with a completely different energy. They don't want those, oh, you from Memphis, bro? Oh man, what's up with you, bro? Because you Memphis. You go out of town. You say you from Memphis. And I've told you about all the times I go out of town. When they hear you from Memphis, and we like that. But going back to your point, till somebody gets shot, then it's so sad. And you was about to say
something. You just said the scriptures you quoted. It's something that I had to come to a realization with myself, like with music. And I just recently just kind of came to the realization with it. Like, I think I told y'all before, like how every time I would go out of town, different places, New York, get them out where I went, and people hear my music and like just be blown away and like be like, damn, bro, you from Memphis? Like, a nigga don't rap like that from Memphis. Ain't nobody come, whatever. Yeah. But anyway, it used to bother me that the people from where I'm from didn't mess with my music like that, because you always want to be accepted by your peers. Right. Like I wanted the niggas around me, the niggas I grew up with, to cheer for me and root for me. It meant more to me to have them say that than somebody that I don't even know. Right? Yeah. And then one day God was just dealing with me, and their scripture came to me, and I finally got it. Like, bro, like they are the world. You talking about love. You talking about family. You talking about togetherness. You talking about stop killing. You talking about, no, they ain't gonna rock with it. I used to wonder, like, how, like, niggas that I so-called mess with, when I heard niggas be like, man, my favorite rapper, so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
No, I did that because he was talking about people not messing with him. Do
you
recognize that?
Yeah, I know what that is, but
that's him. Yeah.
Like,
I was just letting them know, your boy mess with you.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I would have people like that, like, we supposed to be tight, bro, and niggas be like, man, these my favorite Memphis rappers, and I'm never on the list, right? Yeah. Which is cool. But then when I look at the list, I'm looking at the list, and I'm like, man, none of these folks ain't fucking with me. None of these folks don't make better music than me. And then I had to sit and ask myself, like, so what am I missing? What's the difference? And then you press play, and you like, oh, they bitch, hoe, kill, shoot, gang, this, that. But I'm over here talking about, man, I'm choosing my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here talking about, man, we got to stop killing. The black people got to come together. We got to unite. We got to do this. So, no, that ain't what's cool. That ain't what's trending.
The tale of the tape is, like, it's a lot of rappers that have their kids around, right? You see their kids or whatever. But not too many of them. You done had your daughter on stage, but your daughter can take your music and play it at her school or play it around her friends, and the parents ain't gonna be like, you see what I'm saying? Like that, and that's the tale of the tape. It's not so much we see your kids, crazy, but your kids can't play this at school.
And her last for school got out parent teacher con. We go to every single one, and her teacher said, "Before we gotta go, say, Yeah, Amaya, she sent me to your YouTube and showed me your music. Oh my God, it's really good. And it's crazy because this is my little girl. Like she like, man, my daddy talking about something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing. But back at the ranch, man, as they would say, my thing is, bro, I just don't, like I told you a while ago, man, just with the job situation and the stuff that's going on with these young folks, man, I hate to say this, but I just don't see no change, bro. I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I just don't see because like me and Rag was just talking before we got on camera, like you got to think, like these 26, 25 to 20-year-old young adults, they don't have no kind of spiritual guidance. They don't have no relationship with God. A lot of them don't believe in God at all, and they passing this down to the kids that they having. So it's like, imagine that, bro. Like how bad it has gotten. Just imagine, like some of them might be my little nephews and some of y'all little nephews, which we might be giving them a little bit of, bro. Nah, that ain't you get. But just imagine though, bro, what they giving the generation that's coming behind them. They giving them that, man, ain't no God. The Bible fake, bro. That shit was to control us, and they pounded it into them. Everything that's of the world and that's of the devil is going into their generation, bro. So just imagine 10 years from now what it's gonna be like. It's a war zone now, bro. Yeah. In the black community, bro. It's such a war zone in the black community, bro, that it can't help but spill into what we be calling the good communities. Yeah. Like, think about it, bro. Like, I just talked to somebody, I won't say her name, these people, some good friends of mine, very, 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 very wealthy Caucasian people. And they check on me all the time. I check on them all the time. They older couple. And I was checking on her husband because he been kind of sick. And she texted me today. She said, D, I said, y'all still in Memphis because they travel a lot. She said, yeah, we here for now. She said, but we got to roll. She said, because, I mean, she said, it don't matter where I'm at now. It's like, it can happen. I can get jacked. I can get, and we used to have neighborhoods where you like, yeah, ain't nobody coming out here. Right. Ain't nobody going out there. Nah, we good out. Nah, bro. Like, it's really everywhere now, bro.
Yeah, that's like we talked about this before. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about a particular answer, but what did come to mind was like everybody gotta be in a position or get in a position. You know what I mean? Like, including ourselves. Like as far as if we're supposed to be at certain places to meet or whatever, like I'm always optimistic, so I would like to think that at some point something's going to change, and I think it always needs to start up top as far as government. I still think Memphis government and how that's been going, that's always been an issue. You know what I'm saying? And so on another front, putting a 83, 82-year-old man back into the mayor office in Memphis, Willie Harrington, no offense, I mess with Willie, but it looks like he may win again to get back into the office, and I'm just not of the mind that that's what the city needs at this moment. You know what I'm saying? As far as, I mean, dang, you 82, 83, 80, 40 years old, like you just how connected are you to
I get it.
What, you know what I'm saying, we need as a city as far as being, moving forward and doing stuff of that nature. Plus, he already been in the office like 5-6 times. So.
But let me ask you this: do you really think that these people can really make change? That's what I want to know.
I think they can now. It's a matter of how they do it, because I've seen like Nashville. I was, living in Nashville for a minute, and so it can be done, but you need, I hate to say it, you need people not originally connected to the city, at least.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that like
not as far as the full of it, but
you know the way I think about the government anyway, so whatever. But like, cause I just feel like the change come from the people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because eventually, when you get to a certain level of status, it's just like with certain jobs. Like when somebody get promoted to a certain level, they not trying to be about taking care of the employees no more, because now you're so focused on not trying to lose the job. Mm-hmm. You get in the government trying to help the people, but then you get elected to a city council or city official or mayor or a senator or whatever. But then once you get that position, you don't want to let it go. So now if somebody, you say, hey, Shay, I need you to vote this way. I was trying to help the people, but now I don't want to lose this position. So I got the people over here, but you telling me, hey, I'm finna give you $3 or $4 million to vote this way. And it's like, I love my people, but I don't want to lose this position. And I want that $3 or $4 million too. So I'm gonna say some stuff to make you feel good, but I'm really behind closed doors doing this. And when you look at it, if you turn over enough stones, all them niggas dirty. Republican, Democrat, Independent. We can go down the list.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like so the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get a different result. And I did that. I campaigned, I polled, I voted, I got people to. I did the same thing and kept wondering why wasn't nothing different. And it's like, okay, I'm insane. They're not the problem. I'm the problem. They're doing what they supposed to do.
Right.
I'm thinking that they're gonna do something different. No, they're gonna do what they've always done. That's my dumb ass for keeping running back and doing it. So,
but the only reason I say that is because I'm with you. But the only reason I say that is because we never get together and do something as a
and that's
conglomerate.
What I'm saying. It's not on them. It's on the people. If the people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, when you get these elected officials, then we can keep them in check. We can't keep them in check because we're just voting and expecting them to do right, but it's no accountability because we as people who have not changed our mindset, we're not doing anything.
And that's why I don't think change will ever come. Like, that's why I let y'all, because I'm going to give you an example. Of something. The government. I think it was stupid for them to do this, but they made it where you didn't have to have a permit to carry a firearm. Mm-hmm. And I think you can be 18 and carry a firearm, right? So.
That was Tennessee law, right?
Right. Yeah. So check this out. I'm going to show you the difference. Mm-hmm. So how many times have you saw white kids riding around, jumping out their cars with assault rifles just to have them, just riding around?
Yeah. No, generally when they do it, they shooting up a school or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
saying, but you don't see
Yeah,
it, right?
Regular, no.
You don't see it, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's a different upbringing. And the people who made the law know that they kids ain't gonna do that. Mm-hmm. They know that. But on the flip side, they know our kids are. We're gonna allow them to put them guns in their hand. We already know how they think. We talked about this a while ago. The first thing jump out, ain't nobody fight. Bro, we got them sticks. Mm-hmm. We finna shoot it's on. And they love it. We back with John them. They in the videos with them. They showing you. We love this. I got the extended clip. They going crazy.
Yeah.
The government know that our kids ain't gonna do that. We done raised them better than that. I ain't finna be out here flexing and fly. We ain't teaching our children shit, bro. And I'm saying the black community as a whole, we endorsing this stupidity. And they know this. So get what they gonna do. We gonna let them put them guns in their hand. They gonna kill each other.
But if not, then you gonna get caught.
Get
and then
caught
you're gonna
what?
go right in the system.
Get
So
caught
either
what?
way, it go,
they
we're gonna control you.
They legal to have them.
No, what I'm saying is if I shoot you, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but
you're
what I'm
gone,
saying,
but then
right.
I got to spend the rest
But
of my
what I'm
life
saying,
in
how
jail.
messed up it is, though, bro, is like I was telling people, like, just think about when you had to have a gun license and you had to go through this class and you had to be 21 to carry a handgun, right? Now niggas can carry Dracos. We talking about assault rifles, bro. But just think about when you had to legally go through this process to get it, right? Where it helped out so much was because, okay, you got to ride. If you ride dirty, you got to have a stash. So it ain't no, hey, you just get the arguing at the light. And now, you know, that motherfucker sitting in your lap. And now you just roll right. You got it's in the stash. So now, niggas pull it all. We done went our separate way, you know, because you can't get to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they made it easy for niggas to kill each other, bro. And this is what we doing because ain't nobody sitting down with their nieces and nephews saying, son, this ain't it. I saw that video you posted the other day. You and your partner with mine. That ain't it, bro. Listen, let me show you this, son. You remember your little partner, such and such, such and such, that just got killed? The same shit you doing, that's what he was doing. Look where he at. You remember your other partner last year that got the same shit you doing there? Look where he at. You know your boy little run and he got 20 years. Ain't nobody doing that. We applaud this shit. When the rappers do it, we applaud it. Boosie gangster. He the realest nigga, man. Cause he's selling stupidity and ignorance and all this, and we celebrate this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Think about that. Man, this man had his son molested, bro. Man, I got my son some head for his 13th birthday, and nobody didn't have no problem. They thought this shit was cool, dog.
Yeah.
And I know Boosie, and I ain't like dissing him or nothing like that. What I'm saying is, like, ain't nobody hit Boosie up and be like, bro, that ain't cool, fam. No, bro, that ain't straight. You know what I'm saying? We just, as a black people, we accept anything, bro, and everything now, bro. And that's why this shit just falling, like, it's just.
I think some of it also goes back to what Rag was talking about, like you saying you from Memphis. Like, it's been for some time now. I always had like I don't want to say an issue, but just like you look at it, like what is Memphis known for when you go outside the city? We known for First 48.
Everybody say as soon as you say Memphis, oh, First 48.
First 48, you know what I'm saying? But then just musically, like people never put, you know what I'm saying, the old soul singers back in the 60s or 50s and, you know, really relate that to Memphis. You know, Memphis has always been, you know
Y'all
what I'm
never
saying?
say Isaac Hayes or Al Green or
Aretha Franklin.
Right, they'll never do that.
You know,
it's always got to do with some killing or some gang bang, some
3-6,
gangster
Gotti,
shit.
and so and like and I, you know, I respect those guys because you know what I'm saying. They grew up on the sound that I grew up on, but it's like that part of it musically and stuff has infected the city to the degree to where they eating. You know what I'm saying? They making 8, 9, 10 figures. You know what I'm saying? Of money, but it's like they don't see the effect that it's having on. I think they see it now, like the effect they're having on the city, the effect they're having on Ja. I think Moneybagg he was on the podcast. He was talking about Ja. He said he had a conversation with Ja. He was like, bro, like that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you're not supposed to be doing this. You know, I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he basically was like, I told him like that ain't what you want. Like, you know, we left that environment. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, I was about to say he's still coming out, you know, with certain music in that style, which that works for him because that's what makes him money. You know what I'm saying? That's his style. That's his persona.
Bro, this true story. Mm-hmm. When I got my deal, bro, this is God's honest truth. I ain't no different from nobody else that came up in Memphis. I come up in North Memphis. A lot of us come up in North Memphis, South Memphis, in the slums. We grew up around the same shit, bro. Drug dealing, We saw prostitution. We saw junkies, crackheads,
Shootouts.
all the shootouts, fights. All us come up in the same shit, bro. So, like, even when I think back to how we make music and how we like glamorize and talk about how hard we had, and it's like, bro, shit, everybody I know came up like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, when I think back now on them, like, shit, everybody, all my friends I know, you know what I'm saying? Everybody I know done sold drugs at some point in time in their life, whether it was pills, whether it was marijuana, whatever. Everybody tried to hustle, bro. I mean, it's just, when you in the hood and when you see your friends them having this and this and that, and you like, shit, let me try it. Everybody done did that.
Why not?
So right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, bro. When I got my deal, dog, when I went to record my album, bro, it was none of that certified or none of that shit. Cause I never really wanted to do that. So I always tell people, like, I understand why artists start off like that, but I really understood why artists did it when I came up, because we only had two outlets to get heard. The club or the radio. I gotta make the type of records that the radio playing and that the club playing if I want to get heard. This just was that simple, right? And one like today where we got the internet, where I can put it on the internet and I can pay for promo and send it to thousands of people. I ain't got to rap about this. I ain't got to talk about that. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And I can target my audience right from the comfort of my couch in my home, right? So here's the thing. When we did it, niggas wasn't dying, bro. Even when we was playing, we was fighting and doing stupid stuff. You know, go to the club.
Watch the chord right there.
Go to the club and hear 3-6 Mafia. I bet you won't hear the and we get the fighting and all that.
Shootout and nobody got shot.
Yeah, like we
it was just guns
we
was
went
drawn
down.
and you hear about, man, they
so
were shooting.
So
Nobody
my
got
thing
hit.
to the rappers now was like, okay, at what point do you be like, yeah, bro, this shit out of hand, bro? Like, niggas, man, people dying.
But
dog.
when they making money, like the girl that's out now, Lotto was on that show with Jermaine Dupri. Was it,
I just heard about
the
that.
Rap
I didn't
Game.
know that.
She was on the Rap Game. You know, me and the wife used to actually watch that, and so her thing was always she wanted to be like Queen Latifah, MC Light, like really talk about something. But then when she started growing, getting them, you know what I'm saying, them girl parts, you know what I'm saying, started growing into her body, and she saw that she could get, you know what I'm saying, further along, you know what I'm saying, being sexy and doing all that stuff. It's just like F doing all this conscious stuff.
We doomed, bro.
I'm about to go in.
We doomed, bro. Just listening to you say that, just say that we doomed, because like, what are the millionaires and billionaires of color to step in and say, "No, you ain't got to do that. We gonna bag you. You gonna be able to do what you truly want to do in your heart, and we gonna put the bag behind you and make it get out there." What they at?
Because they in the bed with the other folks.
Exactly. That's why when you said what you said, I said, bro, we doomed.
Yeah.
We doomed, bro.
Yeah.
So when you love your money, you not.
But bro, it's
am I gonna hold on to this, or am I gonna, like, to your point,
bro,
am I gonna bag this person? No, I want to hold on to this bag.
It's millions upon millions upon millions of people, bro, who want to hear something different. J. Cole is a testament of that.
True.
He is a dude, don't have no features or nothing, and that man go platinum every time, bro. And he not on that kill, rah, none of that. So you can't tell me that it don't sell. You can't tell me that it's not people out there that want it. So explain to me why you keep selling this destruction to your people.
Well, mainly, I mean, just like with J. Cole, he needs people, other people need people to vouch for them. Because, you know, he started out with Jay vouching for him.
Right.
And they kind of like, it gave him his training wheels until he just, you know what I'm saying, he out there in the sky now.
Right.
And so just like somebody like yourself or Rag or something like that, if wanted to, like, you know, if somebody, like, say a Nas, let's say 8-Ball MJG got on social media like, hey, this is my boy, you know what I'm saying, fool with him, da-da-da-da, you know what I'm saying, have some type of cosign Like even if I didn't make that type of music, just for me looking at, okay, I think Bun B did this to Lecrae. He did exactly to Lecrae. You know what I'm saying? Bun B, you know what he make with, you know, the type of music he make or whatever like that. He boosted up. Lecrae was like, look, I know the type of music I make, and so in my heart, I want to make the music Lecrae make. You know what I'm saying? So, but since I'm not, I ain't. I'm gonna push him out there. I'm gonna co-sign him. Gave him a feature or two. You know what I'm saying? Like I think more of that needs to happen. Like even if a Juicy J, you know what I'm saying, that he not gonna put out this type of music, or whatever like that. Hey, no, I'm gonna find 2 or 3 others in the city, or at least that I fool with, to be like, hey, I'm gonna co-sign them. You know what I'm saying? Just to be like, look, I'm gonna do my part because I ain't gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put out this type of music myself, but I will endorse somebody, you know what I'm saying, more than once or twice, not just to be like, you know what I mean?
I mean, but see, and that's the thing though, but like he knows Veli. You know what I'm saying? Like him and DJ Bo was like best friends in high school.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I went and recorded a whole project with these folks that was on nothing but that real shit, bro. There was the point I was making when
they ain't on that wave.
When
though.
I got my deal, like in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm done with that. I ain't got to do that no more. Now I can really give these folks what I want to give them because now I got a machine behind me to
you talking about when you signed
push
36?
It. Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And they was like, what are you doing?
No.
Like
no.
Yeah, bro, yeah, that shit hard.
Right.
Yeah, right. But bro, we need some more of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like, nah, bro, this I'm telling them like, nah, this it. Yeah. This the like ain't nobody coming like this the way right here. Yeah. Listen to me. Bro, y'all listen to me, man. I'm telling you, bro. Bro, y'all gonna be able to put y'all feet up, bro. This the way.
That goes against the brand.
We need this right here. We give us enough. Do a song about alcohol, like all that, bro. Like pills, for real.
Yeah. And so and to like any business, like McDonald's, they sell Big Mac, French fries, or whatever. So business wise, you get okay. I'm not about to start selling, you know, hoagies or Subways. You know what I'm saying? So you get it from a business wise, but from a solical point of view, like. You know what I mean? Like to put other stuff out there, you would think somebody would, you know, come to the grips of that. But when you making so much money though, like hand over fist money. But then the thing about knowledge is, it's like then you can excuse it. Like, how is this wrong when I gave my mom my house? How is this wrong when I'm paying all my folks' bills and doing all this stuff? You can't tell me this wrong. So God want my folks to be poor? You know what I mean? So that's how they justify it to where you like that when we had Fro on. Right. I think he said he had a talk with Dolph's brother, somebody like that. Somebody. And he was like, you know, well, how's this wrong when, you know, Poo-Poo and them, you know, they straight. But it's like, bro, like, what will you do for money? Like,
no, and he was like, yeah, your homeboy is good. And he was like, but you got 50,000 people dying listening to your stuff. So you're saying that it's okay that these 2 people over here good
like,
versus that million over there that's
like
dying.
Rag said, and like you said, here's the thing. And I go back to my situation. You got a label, bro. Let's look at Rockefeller. You had Jay-Z, you had Benny Siegel, you had Memphis Bleak, you had Freeway,
Petey Crack.
You had Dipset, you had the Young Gunners. Like everybody was everybody was their own
entity,
unique thing. Yeah. You know, like with Murder Inc. You got Ashanti, she gonna sing love songs. We got Ja Rule, he gonna do the love rap to the women. You got a label, bro. Okay, if Paul and Juice and Pat, what y'all want to do?
Right.
Cool.
But
you got the money and the financial backing to say, okay, we got this line sold up over here. All right, Veli, you go over here and you sew that line up.
Yep.
You want to preach and talk to your people, you go do that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's the thing, bro. Like, if you a entity like Young Dolph, all you doing is signing other people to rap about the same stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I never understood that because when I look at the labels, like the big successful labels, the Sonys and all these folks, they got pop artists, they got rap artists, they got the Beyoncés, we got different genres under this. We getting the money from over. We ain't missing no money. Okay, if you want to rap gangster, we got this gangster section over here. We gonna get that. Okay, we're Aftermath. Okay, y'all gonna do that. Y'all want this down south? Okay, 3-6 Sony Columbia. Y'all do that over here. Okay, Nas, you want to rap that intellectual talking? Yeah. Okay, boom, we gonna put you out right here. I don't understand it, bro.
See, that's crazy that I never thought about it in that direction. Like now everybody is the same clone, whether that's, you signing people now that's Gucci, Gotti, whoever. But when we was growing up, you had, even with 50 Cent, G-Unit, he signed Olivia. Olivia was a soft, fine girl singing, you know what I'm saying, like soulful. P. Diddy at the time, P. Diddy, he had like some everybody.
Thomas,
Faith, you know what I mean?
Biggie,
so,
Black Rob, Mace.
They were like, okay, yeah, Biggie,
the
you
locks, like he had a whole bunch of
you
got this hard lane, you can do this, but I got, Carl Thomas, to really speak to the ladies. Oh, you want to get freaky? Okay, I got 112 right here. Oh, you want to go back to church a little bit? I got Faith Evans.
Exactly,
you know what I mean? So,
bro.
But now it's like variety is almost like discouraged.
It don't exist no more.
It's discouraged. It's like we don't want variety. We want this because we know this makes the money.
You used to turn on the radio. Think about this, bro. We were kids, bro. Mm-hmm. We would turn on the radio, and we would hear, Helmer, I am Helmer. They put me in the mix. Then that'll go off, and you will hear UNITY unity. UNITY, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that'll go off, and you will hear, now that we got love, what are we gonna do with it? Know what I'm saying? Then you'll hear some Jodeci. Then you'll hear some Shy. Like you said, variety. Then you might hear some
Brown Coast,
some gangster music. You might hear some gangster rap. Know what I'm saying? You might hear some I Get Around.
That was West Coast, like the
Far Side.
The Far Side was like West Coast.
Yeah.
But like to his point, you hear that, and then you know what I'm saying?
You hear some I Get Around.
Right, you hear I Get Around.
Then you hear I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
LPP, like that's New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was,
and
just
like you said, now everybody sound just alike on the radio. Everybody whining and crying. You know that whatever they do now when they call it, like they sing and rap. Everybody doing it like, and I more so too, bro, blame the DJs. Like, what are you niggas doing? Yeah. Like back in the day, bro, DJs used to, if I felt like this, how I got on, bro. Mm. Shout out to Howard Q. Shout out to DJ Cutter. Shout out to Hershey B at Pure Patch. Bro, this is how I got on. Them dudes there, dog, they played music if it was good music. It wasn't about it need to sound like this. Mm-hmm. It need to sound like that. Because I've taken Hershey B and Cutter and Howard Q several records. Yeah, that junk cool. I fuck with that junk, but that ain't the one.
Yeah.
But because of, like I see this young nigga working, right. It's a good song, but that ain't the one. But I'm gonna give you some play on it. Yeah. Keep working. And then when I come back with that certified, like, that's it. Yeah. Boom. It. That's what a DJ is, bro. A DJ don't need to play your song 100 times to know that it's a good record. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, that record will work. Shout out to my dog DJ Houston. He was the same way. Like, I sent him emails already, like, yeah, that junk cool. Yeah, that junk straight. That junk cool. Then when I sent him See You Dance, man, that junk a hit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was back in the day. Even when you talk to the DJs who was first breaking music in New York, I watched these little documentaries, and they talk about how they would go to the parties, and like the rappers would bring them something like, oh yeah, that junk there, that's it. He breaking it at the party. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what a DJ is. But now, bro, it's like he got to that point. Like when that Lil Jon era came, that's when the DJs. Because I'm telling you from experience, bro. That's when the niggas start being like, man, that just need to sound like this. I need something like that trivia get on my level. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me start going to do records like Certified. Yeah. Because niggas like, bro, I can't play it if it ain't this tempo. This the tempo that we in now. Bro, it wasn't like that back in the day, bro.
Everything money driven though. Like everything that you saying.
In the music industry, like, you know, that payola stuff was going, that kind of messed it up because now, to your point, it went from you working and I'm a DJ and it's like, okay, that's cool, to a cat, hey man, here, such and such, play that. So now I ain't even gotta like the record.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you handed me a stack, I'm finna play it. If it's average, if it got a good beat to it, people ain't even really listening to what you say. Like, you could be saying some bullshit. Yeah. Like, if I was to talk out the lyrics to this song, you'd be like, wait, what the hell? What is he talking about? But it got a good beat behind it. You gave a DJ a stack, he gonna play it. And then to your point, so now you come, okay, well, I gotta sound like him. And then you come, I gotta sound like Veli, who trying to sound like me, and I was trying to sound like somebody else, and it gets so watered
That's
down
what happened, bro.
To where it's no more original thought. But like going back, and we was talking about this off camera, going back to like where we started at, I was telling Veli, like, man, when I was working out in the Mound at Melrose, it was back in 2015, 2016, all the kids, every time you see them, they posted up, doing the same stuff Ja doing. They posing with the guns. And to some point, to some level, it's like the mute, and they're reciting these lyrics while they're posing. I remember, you know, a couple of them was taking pictures. They had their guns out. They had counterfeit money. Like, come on, Mr. Roche, get in the. Like, man, I said, man, y'all don't. I said, man, y'all, that's a whole indictment. Yeah. I had one of the kids. I mean, he went off, cussed me out, called me everything except a child of God. Man, you ain't no real nigga, Mr. I don't give a fuck where you from, nigga. You went to Raleigh, you South Memphis, whatever. Like, fuck that shit, man. I'm a real nigga. Last year, gone. And I saw a lot of my kids from Melrose posting, man, R.I.P., this, that, and the third. And I was telling Veli, between 2016, when I left from over there, to the end of 2017, like, we had lost like 17 kids. Mm-hmm. Like black males. Gun violence. Yeah. Shot in the back of the head, shot in the car, shot trying to rob somebody, shot fleeing from somebody. Like just, and these are the same kids that's posting, like, got pictures on their page with these guns. So, like, what irks me is I see people, like when Stephen A. made the comment, he said he talked to people and they think that, you know, in the next 5 years, if Ja keep doing what he doing, man, people like, man, oh, Stephen A. need to do that. But, like, let's stop the cap. Because, like what Veli was saying, our generation, you know, if your folks would have saw you posing with some guns in the picture, they either would have jacked you up or would have been a, like, if your pops would have saw you doing that, it would have been a, you already know. If my dad would have saw me. I'm gonna let you keep on, but just I want to put this in there so you can keep going on it.
Just the respect that we have for our parents because of the way they raised us, we wouldn't do no shit like that, bro. Period, bro. And that's why I keep saying the way these parents raising these kids ain't shit, bro. I'm 42 years old, dog, and this shit that I wouldn't do in front of my daddy, bro. Right now to this day, because of the respect level.
Yep. I mean, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see people that's in our generation is like, man, they need to lead. Like, you know, if that was you at that same age, your mama would have been upside your head at 23. Mm-hmm. So now that you 30 or whatever, or you know, however old you are, you saying, no, like, think about it. Like what is it really leading towards? Because he got multi-million dollars to where his lawyer can beat the case. But, like, let's keep it a book. What's my boy named? Pop Smoke? Pop Smoke wasn't posting no video with a good, but he posted an address. Mm-hmm. XXX was posting the money and some people ran up on him. Yeah. So like let's keep it a buck. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. And as much as we know who his favorite rapper is, I've talked about how I grew up and I wanted to be like these people, but if I keep it 100, they said that, and nobody probably told them, like, dude, you need to change. Your first album was called Ready to Die. Your second album called Life After Death. Like you're speaking this, even though that may not what you're doing in the background.
Yeah.
You need to completely take that out. You need to completely double back and be like, hey, I was speaking from where I was at, but now I'm on to this. You can't have it both ways. You can't play both sides. Like on one hand, yeah, I'm about my family, but on the other hand, like I kill a nigga.
Yeah.
Because at some point, one of them is gonna come for you. You know what I'm saying? And we grew up and we witnessed that. Like I remember where I was at when I heard about Soulja Slim. But then when I go back and I love me some Soulja Slim, but when I go back and listen to a majority, and he loved his mama, and we should. But when I go back and listen to his music, like dang, there's a whole lot of that. Yeah. You put that out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so like we grew up and we saw that, and we supposed to Veli's point, we got to teach our kids, our nieces and nephews, even if it ain't my biological niece and nephew. When I see your kids, if I see EJ and Toby doing something outside, like I'm gonna say something to them.
Check them, yeah.
If for nothing else, because I love you enough that I'm gonna say something. If I see your daughter doing something, I'm gonna say something to her.
Niggas our age trying to be NBA young boy, dog. This shit crazy, bro. Stop me when I'm lying. Niggas my age, bro. Like, I tell a person this all the time. You say what you want, call me a hater, whatever you want to. I ain't got no business listening to these young niggas. Period. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to learn from a nigga that's talking about killing and all, you know what I'm saying? And then I was just telling my partner this, I said, then we let the powers that be control us mentally. Because I see a lot of people be saying, man, nigga 40 unk need to quit. You know, not talking about me. I'm just saying niggas just be making posts. Nigga 35, 40 years old, still trying to rap. Well, who else gonna give you niggas knowledge? Because the young people ain't. But see, the powers that be put that out to brainwash a nigga to make you say, nah, I ain't listening to no nigga. He 40 years old. Mm-hmm. You see how they play it? This how they play it. That's why I go back to say we accept anything. We so gullible and dumb. We take that because it's a negative. That's a negative. We gonna run with that. Man, I ain't listen to no nigga no 30, 35, 30, 40 years old. Man, he talking about rapping. But I'm rapping giving you game. I'm rapping giving you life lessons that you ain't seen yet, that you ain't learned yet. You listening to a nigga that's sending you to destruction. But they young. They don't know no better. And then they hiding the artists. Why nigga don't promote Nas projects like they promote everybody else? Mm-hmm. Like, bro, nobody care nothing about age when it comes to music. Nobody, bro. I know that for a fact, bro, because I'm 42 years old, bro, and I get new fans every day, bro. Young people like, bro, this shit hard. They don't know how old I am. They just heard a song. Like, yeah, bro, man, this shit, bro, the game need that, bro. We need, you know what I'm saying?
Or people one thing I think is good about podcasts being kind of as broad as they are now, because unfortunately, however you want to look at it, people look more on podcasts now, like $1 Million Worth of Game, those things like that, where they getting game on that, you know what I'm saying, from Wally and Gilly. But it's like they don't want it in their music, though.
I mean, but like to your point, when you look at it, like Gil and Wallow, like them niggas late 40s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Pivot, all them niggas in their 40s.
Yep.
Joe Budden podcast, all them niggas in their 40s.
40s, yeah.
Like Mike Tyson, his the hot boxing with Mike Tyson, like Mike Tyson in his 50s.
Yep.
Like you're like, to what he was saying, you got people who now, I got knowledge because I done read a lot or I've experienced it. I got wisdom because I know how to apply it. But now I also, in my seasoning, I understand why I did the bullshit that I did when I was this age. But I also understand why I can't keep doing that now. And why I need to tell the younger generation, hey, you can skip some steps that I had. You can get further along than so when now you're my age, you got a whole lot more game to give because you didn't have to lose 5, 6, 7, 8 years in jail. You didn't have to lose several of your homeboys, you know what I'm saying, to the streets or the jail. You didn't have to lose a lot of money dealing with crazy women or crazy men or whatever because I went through that. So you didn't have to go through it. A fool says, you know what? I hear what you're saying, Veli. I hear your game. But you know what? I'm going to learn on my own. Everything that you went through, I hear that's cool, but I'm going to go. But guess what? I may not have your grace. Whereas you heard the shots, them shots may catch me. Whereas you may have hit a pothole and you messed up a tire, I hit that same pothole, I tear up my whole front end and my bumper and everything else. Because I'm a fool. Because I say I want to learn it my way.
Yeah. Well, check this out, Rad. Look, and I'm gonna be done.
Sure.
Check this out, bro. We've seen the media and the powers that be force whatever they want to on the black community. When it comes to music, TV shows, whatever, all they do is put it in our face, run it over and over again, spend a lot of money on it, and we accept it. It don't matter what it is. So that's how you know it's just a big game when it comes to the music. Because if they really wanted to wake kids up, they could take any artist they want to, old, young, or whatever. These people can take any artist they want to right today that's talking about something and make that artist the biggest thing in the world if they wanted to. Any major label can do it, bro. Because they do it every day, bro. Yeah. Like, bro, nobody liked Soulja Boy's song when it came out. Come on, bro. I know this. Crank that. Nobody liked this song.
It's not beneficial.
Nobody. Yeah, they forced it on us. I watched them do it. And there's no knock on Soulja Boy because I done watched them do it with 1,000 artists. I watched Nelly get booed. I watched this with my own eyes. What was the club downtown that was on I think Monroe? Was it 66? Was it
no, it's 616.
616 Marshall?
Okay.
Yeah.
He got booed down there?
Flatfoot booed about that junk.
Wow.
I watched people leave out of the premiere on G's, and 6 months later, you couldn't get in that motherfucker to see him. So I know what could be done, but they ain't gonna say it. The bullshit they sell us,
they not doing no different song than what they did when they came the first time.
Yeah, the same song, bro. And then they ain't gonna sell what they selling to us today, people. They gonna push it to us because they know we're gonna take it and we're gonna apply it to our life. So they gonna always promote the destruction, and then we're gonna take it back to the neighborhood and we gonna duplicate that shit that we hearing and that we seeing in the videos, and we gonna destroy.
Because we very emotional people.
Yeah. And see, the thing is, what we don't understand is, like, I could listen to some of this young goofy shit that's out now, but I got wisdom, I got understanding. I can hear it.
I can't stomach.
You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, no. What I'm saying is, like,
yeah,
I can hear it. I can enjoy the flow and the beat. I'm not gonna run and feel like I got a battery in my back and now I'm indestructible or invincible and I can go do some goofy shit because this song is motivating me to do some goofy shit. What we're not realizing is that just because you can, don't mean that this 16, 17, 18-year-old can. And it goes back to, it's a passage of scripture where Paul talks about everything is allowable to be, but it's not all profitable. Meaning, just because I can do it, and you always say beneficial, it doesn't mean that it benefits. So now if the negative outweighs what the positive is, I shouldn't do it. If not for me, for somebody else. It don't matter. In most people's mentality is, well, it don't bother me, so it ain't no problem. No, it ain't about you. It's like what Fro said. If I got 1 million people behind me that's dying off of this, it don't matter that it don't bother me. Right. I got to think about those people that's running behind me.
You got to look at the ratio.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to think about my kids. I got to think about my nephews and nieces. I got to think about my neighbors. I got to think about my homeboys' kids. And so, like, yeah, I could hear this and be like, oh, okay, got a good beat, whatever. They're hearing it and they're motivated to go rob somebody or shoot somebody.
Yeah.
I hear it and it's like, huh. And I go on about my business. But they hear it and they ready to go do some evil, you know, like he was telling me something about, you know, some guys that he saw, and it's like just the respect level. You walking up, his dad out there, you walking up, and there's no respect. Like, And I'm pretty sure at some point, you know, in our young age, like we all had little pistols or guns or whatever, would have never walked around his pops showing no, like I wouldn't even said nothing. He wouldn't even know. I would never have come around your dad trying to, you know, pocket, cover up. No, he wouldn't even known I had nothing. But like to what he was talking about, like, man, these kids now, they hear that stuff, they see the videos, they see the pictures and stuff like that, and they'll walk up in a church, they'll walk in front of your moms, in front of your kids. And so we got to teach better. Just because something don't bother me, it don't mean I'm not able to give some game to some people behind me and tell them why this is destructive and why you can't do this and why this is not beneficial.
I think the music need to change as well. I think we kind of play, you know, behind the scenes a lot, kind of downplay it. And honestly, growing up, with a lot of people was against NWA back in the day, in the 80s and stuff like that. Like, we thought the white man, the politician, was Bob Dole, you know what I'm saying, something like that. Like, honestly, when you look back, they had a point. Dan Quayle. Like, they had a point. It was just how they were relaying the message that rubbed us the wrong way. But when you look back at it now, like yeah, they were, you know, telling the truth at that particular time. But as things kept progressing, kept going on, it's like, you know what I mean? Like it was always there. So I think it needs to start with the music, but then as well, I think it also needs to start with people like you know. I know you know Pat, you know what I'm saying, Project Pat or whatever, or even A-Ball and MJG and them. Like, I would love for them to not only just, you know, be behind the scenes like, hey, woo, 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 I like what you doing. Like, put a face to it.
Pat doing it.
Put something. I think I seen Pat do it a time or two.
Well, now, Pat been putting out a lot of, almost you can say a gospel rap, kind of, really. And then he been doing a lot of ministering. Like, he been going to prisons all around the world.
Are you talking about? Yeah, I'm talking about like, but now like pub somebody else that's doing like that. Now I seen what he been doing like on the side. I mean, not on the side, but just, you know, being in the prisons, ministering, doing stuff of that nature. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was at the Pastor Floyd's church.
Yeah, the Thug Revival.
Thug Revival was, yeah. So, but I'm talking about like being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? If you got like 200K followers, be like, hey, fool my boy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, you ain't even got to say this. Like if you working out or you running or something,
I'm listening
you be
to
like,
you.
man, I'm getting my workout on. You know, and when you play that song,
right,
and people like, man, you know that song, man, what is he listening to, man? Let me see. Let me download this, or, you know, look it up on YouTube or see that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't even necessarily have to say that.
Right.
But if you're listening to my song,
and
it's coming up at the bottom,
you
know, people are going, I'm going to get 10,000 people who come just out of the million people that see you, I'm going to get 10,000 that look at me.
Yeah. But, yeah, man. Appreciate my guy, Veli, coming through.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man,
yes, sir.
Always good to have family building.
Man, until next time, y'all continue with that executive mindset.
Y'all
Be
definitely
blessed.
presidential.
Peace.
Salute.
We're in the dirt.